take 20 million because I'm an idiot and forgot to plug in the mic. Every day I wake up. Slowly but surely, I wake up. I have a very long day of commuting ahead of me. Monday through Friday, I take the same commute. It takes me about an hour to get to school. So, my commuting consists of busing, walking, and waiting. More on the busing and waiting part, but that's usually what my commute consists of. I do this, and then I finally get to school. And then after school is done, either after a short day or a long day, which, well, usually takes till after 10, I am always greeted by my 3 children. And by children, I mean my dogs. They're always wiggling and wagging their tails, and it's always something that I look forward to, because I know that even after one of the worst days I could ever have, they'll always cheer me up, because they're always greeting me with love. There is Gunner, Ruby, and my oldest baby, Dixie. She means a great deal to me, and we got her right when I knew that I was about to really need someone the most. And she was the one that was there for me all the time. She still is. On the weekends, I do some more traveling. I travel to my boyfriend Matt's house. Now, his house is, well, it's basically become my second home. And it's a good thing because I spend a lot of time there. It's a long drive. It's anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes, so maybe not too long to some people. To me, it's kind of a usual thing. But really, it's not that bad at all. I mean, I get to leave the city and head into the country, and that's definitely where I'd much rather be. I prefer the country over the city. When I get there, yet again I am greeted by my 3 other children. This time it is 2 dogs and 1 cat. There is Cooper, and then there's Duke. And then my little kitten, well, I think she's about 17 years old, but she's kitten to me, is Snickers. Let's see. So then, on Saturdays, since I'm there on the weekends, when Matt has overtime that he has to do, which happens a lot of Saturdays, we wake up at 3:25 in the morning. Now, when I was living there in the summer, we did this for a good part of the summer, actually. Not a very fun way to wake up every day during summer. But we get up, and it's usually myself, Matt, because he has to, and his mother, Nancy. And what Nancy and I do is help Matt get ready for work. We make sure that he at least eats a bowl of cereal, that he has everything he needs when he walks out the door, and that he's awake and actually getting out the door. And then once he leaves, Nancy and I try to go back to bed. Either I'm lucky and I fall asleep right away, or usually I get to stay up and I get to watch early morning TV. And sometimes that works out in my favor because, well, sometimes Gumby's on, and, well, I loved that show when I was little, and I still love that show now. It's ridiculous. So, I do that, and either I pass out while I'm watching TV, or I try to go to sleep, and, well, that usually doesn't work out too well. But almost always, after I get my text from Matt letting me know that he got to work safe, I can usually fall asleep after that. And that's about 15 minutes before 5 in the morning. So, either I stay up after that or I pass out. And then, when Matt gets back, well, the rest of our weekend usually consists of us doing nothing. Well, more Matt doing nothing, me doing homework, and a little bit of nothing. And for me, when we're not watching some show together, I like to either walk around the farm or, well, just gaze out his windows or sliding doors and enjoy the view that, he might take for granted, but, well, or doesn't appreciate in the way that I do. But to me, every time I get to see a view like that, it's an escape. And I'll take as many escapes as I can. Then, all too soon, my weekend is over, and we get to start the routine over again. This time, on my ride back home, I have Matt with me. And together we get to enjoy the beautiful scenes, and the sunset, when it's not glaring in his eyes, and the cows. Well, I get to enjoy the cows. I love the cows. I think they're adorable and tasty. And we get to enjoy all of these things up until the highway starts. Once the highway gets there, well, it's a highway. Some of it's pretty, most of it's just, well, boring. So, this may seem pretty monotonous or boring or repetitive, and to some people, or maybe to most people, it is. But to me, compared to before this all started to happen, it's a breath of fresh air. For about 9 years, I had a very hard time with things. So, to me, this monotonous way of living my life is a lot better than feeling completely alone for 9 long years. It's better than feeling like you're a monster who destroys everything that you love, that even when it's not your fault, or my fault, I always took the blame for everything, and so I always felt like I was this monster that just destroyed everything that I touched. And it's a lot better than hiding my misery as best as I can behind all of these masks that usually end up crumbling and, well, falling away. And to me, whenever I would write, and through these years, I always felt like I was drowning in the bottom of this deep, dark sea, and while I was down there drowning, all I could think about was how I was waiting for this big, strong current to drag me out of the muck that I have been sinking deeper and deeper into, and bring me back up to the surface, and maybe I could swim my way back to this beautiful sandy beach that I just craved to be laying on. And one day I got tired of waiting and being afraid of everything, and I took this leap, and I did something for myself. And that was the current that I had been waiting for. I had finally grabbed on, and, well, this is me. I'm wading through a sea of mundane. I'm enjoying the freedom that I finally feel, and that I get to see this muck that is slowly washing off of me. And I'm happy that I can finally feel that I have a future with possibilities, that I have a future that will give me more freedom the more that I let go of all the things that were weighing me down. To me, I have finally, in the life that I'm living and improving, I am finally being hugged by the very warm, sandy beach that I had struggled so hard for. To me, I can finally say that I feel like I found a home, instead of being lost and confused. And it may not be perfect, and it may not be the most entertaining, But to me, well, like I said, it's something that I can call home.